favorite show that you've ever marched?
I've ever marched. Okay, so when I was in high school, my freshman and sophomore year, we did shows that were based on Cirque du Soleil. They were so cool. So my favorite show that I ever marched was La Nuba, which is based on the French Cirque du Soleil show, because we got to play it in the old RCA Dome, which is what became Lucas Oil at state finals, which was so cool.
Wow. Oh my gosh. All right, so we had a really unique season last year.
Yes.
What have you enjoyed the most about this season, coming back together?
It's a hard one. There's so many things that have just been like a breath of fresh air to just get back and I think is honestly just the amount of time that we're able to spend together as a unit with, just being able to have the time where we're not minimizing the playing or not minimizing the activity, and everyone is just able to buy in and just be here and leave other things aside from last year and just kind of look at the fresh approach has been the best.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much.
That was easy. Short one this week.
Okay, what was your favorite show that you have ever marched?
Show. So I think my favorite show I'd ever marched was probably my freshman year here. We did a show called Breaking Through, which you've probably seen the banner of up in the band room. It was just really cool. Obviously, I think a lot of people normally say like their freshman year or something. Obviously, the first one you do normally sticks with you a lot. But that one was just really cool. We did really well that season as well, so added bonus there too. But I just really like that one.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, so we had a really unique season last year. What have you enjoyed the most about this year, coming back together?
So for this year, let me first say I thought our perseverance as a band and as a group throughout last year and going into this year was really great to see. And I think it shows a lot of the community of this band, and I think it says a lot about us, a lot of good things about us, that we were able to come through last year and come out of last year. And then this year, it's just been great getting back to like regular rehearsals and stuff and like competitions. Like I think all of us as a staff, after that very first one, after O'Fallon, we all said how much we missed like seeing all the students' faces after they do really well at performances and stuff. And even after like the first football game too, I think we said the same thing. So it's just been really great seeing all of this coming out of last year and seeing all of that pay off this year.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right. Yeah, of course.
What was your favorite show that you've ever marched?
Okay, so I grew up in a small town in southeast Missouri called Kennett, and we did not have a competitive marching band. We had a marching band, but it was home football games and parades only. And so a lot of our shows, it wasn't like here where we have like a definite competitive theme and all of that every single year. It was more of different things tied together. But we did do a big homecoming show every year with all of the band students grades 7 through 12 on the field at the same time. And those always had a theme. And one year we did a Dixieland jazz show. And there was a quintet of us that got to play on the sideline, and I played clarinet in that. And so that was probably my favorite memory. But it wasn't like a season's worth of a show, if that makes sense.
It does. Very nice. Okay, so we had a very unique season last year. What have you enjoyed the most about this season, coming back together?
That's hard, because I think it's a lot. I think it's all of it. But if I had to pick what I've enjoyed the most about coming back to normal, I think it's just being able to like spend time with each other again. That's not just rehearsal time. Last season it was like we never rehearsed indoors at all, and so it was always just like on the run and outside, and as soon as rehearsal was over, everybody left, and so I think it's been nice to be able to obviously competitions and days like that where we get to spend all that time together again, but just even after rehearsals, getting to hang out again.
Nice. thank you.
That's it, just 2? Oh my gosh, that's so easy. Okay,
Right.
bye.
Okay, what was your favorite show that you've ever marched? Like ever?
I had to think about this one. So 2 of my high school shows were really close, but the one that won out was we did my senior year a show about mythology and the sirens. So
nice.
It was really cool. We had a vocalist, soloist, and everything. It was really awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
All right, so after a very unique season last year, what do you like the most about this season now that we've been able to come together?
I've just really appreciated the effort that we've seen of the whole band, and just, you know, after a not normal year, it's like a huge gargantuan effort that has been put into this season, and it's been awesome to witness that with the students.
Yeah, a lot of joy.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, what was your favorite show that you've ever marched?
Favorite show I've ever marched. I had a really hard time even remembering the shows that I've marched because it was a couple of years ago. So I went back to the first show I did. I actually did high school marching band as an 8th grader. I got called up because there was no baritone players. They said, you play. So they did a baseball themed show, I think, for most of it, and then we tacked on a third tune, if I'm remembering correctly. I remember the guard had baseball bats and sequined baseball caps, but that's about the extent of it. So that was really my first field show, learning how to move to dots and play. That one sticks with me, at least the experience of it, if not the show itself.
Yeah,
So.
that's amazing. How fun. You got a bonus year.
I did.
Nice. Okay, so last year was really unique season. What have you enjoyed the most about this season? Just getting to come together a little more normal.
Boy, I think that's it. Just getting to come together and have a little bit more normalcy and a greater appreciation for what it is that we do and who we get to interact with and our time with people, and just really getting to see faces and see students grow and see the excitement and the family that's back together again. I mean, last year we kind of clung to each other like we got to make it through this. Now we're getting back to it, starting to thrive a little bit. It's really exciting just to be back together again.
Yeah, so nice.
It is.
All right, thank you.
Cool.
Okay, what was your favorite show that you have ever marched?
This is such a mean comment. Masters of Sword was my favorite show to march, just because it had an extended drum feature, and so that was really fun. It was my freshman year show, and the group was really fun. So I think marching that was cool because from a standpoint of what I played was really neat. Probably the most meaningful was my junior year, breaking through under Nathan Griffin. So those are 2 tough calls for me. Content-wise, it was just purely fun to play the drums in that first show, but being drum captain and everything for breaking through meant a lot to me too. So
Yeah.
toss-up.
Cool. Okay, so we had a really unique season last year. What have you enjoyed the most about this year, getting back together?
Probably getting back into competitions. As last year was so unique, but I think it's also fun to be validated, right, at a competition, or
Right.
kind of have that competitive edge to what you're doing, right? It's always fun to come out and perform for the parents, but to, go out and compete and bring back the sport of it is really fun, and I think the kids have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was a good year. All right, thank you.
that's it.
That's it.
Oh, that one was easy.
You made it.
Okay.
What was your favorite show that you've ever marched?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Because I remember so many, especially from high school. Not so many from college, but if I had to narrow it down to one that I've marched, my Junior year was a lot of fun in high school. We did Les Mis. It was just a really cool show, and it really came across really well. And then my senior year, although I wasn't technically marching, I was drum major that year. That was a really cool show because it was a jazz show, and of course, being the only drum major, that was a lot of fun. And then I got to come off the podium and play snare in our drum feature before going back up. So that was a neat one, even though I wasn't technically marching that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so we had a really unique season last year. What have you enjoyed the most about this season, coming back together? Like,
so many things, truly so many things. But if I had to narrow it down, I think one of the biggest things that stood out to us as a staff and to me personally was that first football game when we performed and we got a reaction from the crowd, and to see the kids' faces, because last year we were in masks even out on the field. So I didn't really get to see their reaction to their performance and the crowd's reaction. So that was kind of neat just to see that. It made me tear up a little bit, just them sensing what this was. And then I think my second one would be at our first competition. Just the whole, just being back, competing, and then of course seeing them when awards were announced. Just the jubilation. I think it was just neat on their faces to see them embracing, but still trying to hold it in, that sort of thing. It was really neat. So I think those two things in particular, since those are the most different, I think those really stood out to me.
yeah, really good season.
Yes.
All right,
Thank
you.
Yeah.